But anyway, I welcome you today. This is the first time we've done it on a Monday, so if you've missed any other webinars because of the days, then welcome to today. I'm Lisa and I'll be going through the Tapping In workshop with you today. We're going to be looking at accessible tourism and events within Australia and the southwest of WA. First off, I would like to do an acknowledgement of country. 30 Foot Drop acknowledges the traditional owners of land throughout Australia and recognises their continuing connection to land, waters and the community. We pay our respects to the Indigenous people, their beliefs and their cultures, to both the elders past and present also. 30 Foot Drop funding. 30 Foot Drop would like to acknowledge the Department of Communities, Disability Services for funding this and many other events. Without their help, so many projects such as this project, the Two Wise Monkeys project, wouldn't see the light of day and we'd be much more poorer for it as a community. So this workshop is part of a Realities and Advantages of an Access and Inclusion grant awarded to 30 Foot Drop, part of a information, linkages and capacity building grant for 2018 and 19. Right, first up I'm going to go over some housekeeping on how we run our webinars. Unfortunately, we do not have all the resources to monitor all of our live streaming platforms. So if you are watching on YouTube or Facebook and you want to send me a direct message, you'll just need to jump onto this link below the video, which is www.30footdrop.com.au/live. So if you jump on there, that takes you to our website and you can jump into the live box where you can send me a direct message. Please make sure as well that if you talk about 30 Foot Drop in any of your social media posts to tag us and share our information around, because the more people that can be educated by what we're doing, the more changes we're going to make in the community. Every session that we do is recorded, so today if you have to stop for some reason or you miss a little bit, once I've hit the end button you'll be able to rewind it and re-watch it, so don't worry if you've missed any of it. And the other webinars, if you have missed some and you can't make the future ones, you can watch previous ones. We've only got this week and 2 days of next week, so we've got until the end of June until we will be running our webinars, so get in quick if you haven't done them. And all the information that is spoken about on each webinar, there is more detailed information on our website under resources. So if there's something you wanted to look more into, you can look onto our website under resources and find more information. And if you know anyone that might benefit from these webinars, please let your friends and family know about what we are doing, because these changes need to happen, and without educating everyone, they won't be able to. So we are here to make these changes together. Right, so at the end of the webinar we do have a short survey that we will be really grateful to you guys if you could fill that out before you go. It's only a few questions. It's a matter of jumping onto the website below this link and finding Tapping In Part 6 and let us know how you're going with it. Okay, so that is the housekeeping. I will now introduce myself and tell you guys a bit about myself and the other monkey. So I am Hear No Evil. I'm Lisa. The other monkey is Ben and he is See No Evil. He is the director of 30 Foot Drop and the Two Wise Monkeys workshops. He has lived both as a disabled person and an able person. Before his accident he was an able body, and you know, he knows the difference between the two, but when he had his accident and could no longer walk, he realised that people just don't know enough. People aren't educated within disability and impairment, and that's why we are doing what we are doing today. So my story is more of a hidden story, and most people that know me have no idea, most probably. I was born 30-something years ago. Not going to tell you my age because it's changed since the other day and I'm not very happy, but anyway, I was born 30-something years ago, 10 weeks premature, and with premature births, you can have complications at the beginning or throughout life. And at the age of 8, I was diagnosed with mild dyslexia, which can be a common complication. Teachers at school used to hit me on the head, yell at me, read out my low marks in front of my classmates, making me feel completely dumb and completely unworthy to even be at school. And, you know, it wasn't easy. I had to go to extra learning before school. And I hated that, and I didn't understand why I had to do it, or why I couldn't kind of get what my other classmates were getting. But luckily for me, I wasn't bullied by any other kids. I think I just still had that positive attitude to keep me going, and I was friendly and all of that sort of thing. But I'm here to tell you, please don't let people bring you down, and don't let those teachers or whoever's bringing you down about your disability or your impairment, don't let them stop you being who you want to be. Luckily for me, at the age of 13, I found my passion was in art, and most people with a learning disability or an impairment, they'll have something that they're good at that maybe their peers aren't good at. So I found that mine was being creative. I could draw and I could paint, and ended up getting in the 90 percentile for painting, photography, all the arty stuff at school. So I found my passion, and I found the direction I wanted to go, and my confidence just got boosted so greatly from finding that. And if you know anyone that does have a disability or impairment, please just let them know that they will have something that they are good at, and they will find that passion, and it will drive their future. So that did drive my future, and I have a arts degree and a fine art degree where I've done picture framing. I can look after really old museum grade artwork. I've travelled all around the world with it. I've organised exhibitions, done the marketing. I've been gallery managers, framing managers, all sorts of things to do with that, and it's taken me really far, and I've really enjoyed it. The other thing I also love doing is helping people, showing sympathy, and helping people make changes within themselves and in their lives. So I studied counselling about 7 years ago, and that is what brings me to being here with Ben today, because I want to help people, and I want to make changes and share my story so that other kids or other people can feel like, hey, let's find my passion, and if she can do it, I can do it. And it doesn't matter if you're not the most amazing speller or the most amazing mathematician, because, you know, you don't necessarily need to have all that to do what you want to do. Picture framing had a lot of maths in it in the end, but we've got calculators, and I probably became quite a good mathematician after that, because 12 years of doing it, I'm really good at memorising numbers and all sorts of things like that now. So, you know, you never know where it's going to take you, and just follow your hopes and dreams. So that's me, that's us, and you will see Ben tomorrow, and he'll be able to tell you a little bit more about his story. But when you look at the monkeys, there's meant to be 3 monkeys. We've got Hear No Evil, See No Evil, and Speak No Evil, who is just behind me. Who is Speak No Evil? You guys can have a little guess at who that might be today. Yes, 2 guys. So, the aim of today's workshop is to turn you into Speak No Evil, the other wise monkey. You'll begin on a journey of realising that, impairment or not, we are all human and deserve to be treated equally and fairly, and treated the same way as everyone else in society. And if you really did want to become that wise monkey, Speak No Evil, we do have these t-shirts available on our website, from kids size 5 to adults 5XL. They're available in black and white. I've got a white one on today. Black one on today. And yeah, so they're available in black and white, and they range from $15 to $25 plus postage. So if you'd like one of those, head over to the website. Let's now go over the outline and method of today's workshop. So how are we going to get you started on your path to being a wise monkey? Well, there's a lot to learn about people with impairment and their potential impacts on your business. Today's session is all about how businesses can meet the specific needs of this market in order to tap into their business and create change and inclusive ideas. We'll finish off and focus on the tourism and events, and then look into the future with those. The southwest region of Western Australia has the potential to grow this market, and we will look at how we can do this. To finish off, we will have an open forum session where you can ask any questions to me and we can then talk about it together. But please feel free that if you have any questions along the way, please just send me anything along the way, which is jumping onto this link below and hitting the live button, and you'll be able to send me a message. So how are we going to cover this? What is our teaching method here at Two Wise Monkeys? Our teaching method is fun, so that many people get mixed up. So to that causes human medical of opportunities to take part in society on an equal level with others due to social and environmental barriers. It is, as the word implies, something that makes you unable to access or participate in something. So, an example for someone like me who has a mild learning disability: too much wording, stylized script, and complex information can sometimes make it hard for people with a learning disability to understand. You're not getting the right information that they need to use your business or service or even your website. Also meaning that they are potentially walking away from your business because it is too complicated. And it's important to know because some people's impairments are hidden. So if you've got your website up and running and it's a bit complicated, it's a bit complex, hard to navigate, then you're going to have a percentage of customers that are looking at that going, I'm finding that is easier to follow than this one. So make sure that yours is easy to follow and not too complicated, not too much going on and overwhelming. Pretty simple and clear, like what we've done with our workshop. It's nice and clear. You can easily follow what's going on. So hopefully that makes sense, the difference between disability and impairment. Next, we're going to talk about access versus inclusion. Access refers to the removal or reduction of barriers, physical and attitudinal, to participate in the activities and functions of a community. At its core, access focuses a lot on the physical world around us and is easily assessed with a checklist. So, you've got a cafe. You can jump over to find an accessibility checklist. So that would be really or service is accessible for someone with a disability or impairment. Are your door handles at a good level for them to reach and open? Can they open it? Sometimes with a round door handle, not everyone can open that. I know Ben can't. He doesn't have much mobility in his hands, so he finds it all. He can't twist his hand to open the door. So think about installing lever door handles where people can use their elbow, or that's just one action down to open it. So all these little things that maybe some people haven't even thought about, but can make such a big difference to other people's lives, especially if they have disability or impairment. So jump on our website, have a look at the accessibility checklist. Okay, next is the word inclusion. Inclusion is more of a state of being and is the process where hereby every person, irrespective of their age, disability, way as every other member in the community, helping them to feel included and inclusive in activities and functions within the community. So no matter who we are, where we come from, what our disability, what our impairment, and everyone deserves to be included and feel like they are included within your business. If your accessible toilets at your cafe are closed while your cafe is open, that person in a wheelchair is not going to feel like they are included or wanted in your business. So it's little things like this that you need to make sure that those toilets are open. And there's so many other things that you can check to be inclusive, which we talk about on other webinars. So if you wanted to find out more about that, you can jump over to the Tapping In Part 5, where you will learn about those sorts of things. But just these things can make such a big difference. We need to make everyone feel like they are included, no matter where they come from. Of customers. Subjects they are first up, information. Smart they wish to. Other needs that need to be met, and you turn up, or there's no accessible path. That is not inclusive, it is not accessible, very uncomfortable and unwanted and stressed out. Being provided was the highest priority for this month. Those with limited mobility. While this mostly related to digital resources, look, having long documents let them know by putting it on your website or on profiles such as TripAdvisor or Expedia. Information easy to find and absorb. This especially displayed and can be very complex. More likely needs to be well the business or service know what it is that you face. Accommodation, attractions and experiences, including a range provision contained on site review sites like TripAdvisor. Introducing an accreditation system that shows people's businesses that have made the commitment and implemented an accessible travel systems. This would be an amazing step forward to the unserved market. So what this is there would be a website created. It's been done in New Zealand already. There'd be a website created and businesses register to have their business assessed, whether it's inclusive and accessible and all those. And now the assessor will say, okay, you are a 1-star, which is not very good, or you're a 5-star, being really inclusive, really accessible for people with disabilities and impairments. So then the people with a disability impairment jump onto that website. They want to go to Melbourne, say, and they look and find a hotel or motel in Melbourne, choose ones that they like and see what the star rating is. And of course, they're not going to choose the 1-star because that's not going to be accessible. 5-star, they'll know exactly what's there and they'll know on is this accredited system, which will be really, really cool for people with disabilities. So, when asked what the priorities for improving this market was, 86% rated that the addition of more practical information was very important. This included the locations of ACROD bays, toilets and access ramps. 83% prominence of information on tourism and transport websites. So if you have a tourism or transport, now that 83% of people with disability and impairment are finding that you're not providing or service. Some of our other next is planning. All of the to ensure that what planning stage such as the service, sponsoring on pressure sure, definitely sure we have to know that things are going to provide of converting it to traditional travel agents, particularly for advice, could expand their interest inspired when they don't know what is possible. Business that is advocating in that market and they're feeling comfortable service. There are still many challenges towards this then they're not need within your service. Guys, for other person to come with them. The opportunity to grow. Who are these stakeholders? At every stage. Sorry. People provided as well. These are all people that need to get involved to bring being. Growing the market in the region state overview of the stages. This is by no. Let's get in and talk about it. The 5 stages that are required and build. Let's look at the growing the market. Number 1, consult. Should ensure that what is offered is built on a rich understanding. This is the responsibility for all lead, as they have the resources and the market, inspire and educate. Ensure that the industry has an understanding of the potential of this and peak bodies should all have so can the individual operators. One of his friends was going to abseil down the tallest building, and Ben was sitting there in his wheelchair and said something along the lines of, "Oh wow, that would be amazing to be able to do that," thinking there's no way he's going to be able to do it. Someone or a few people heard him, and without him knowing, they organised it and made it. Ben got to test his boundaries, and same with those businesses. They came together to make something work, and there's no reason why he couldn't do it. And that's the same with your business and service. Come together, make changes, push the boundaries, and see if you can make things work. And my goodness, if you can make that work, then there's a lot of things you can make work, because abseiling in a wheelchair, that is amazing. And I think he might have broken a record doing that. Anyway, it's awesome. Okay, stage 3, collab. This is about bringing the experiences together to provide holistic offering in some key destinations. Will help the traveller plan and navigate the government and peak bodies in both the tourism and disability sectors, and service providers can all potentially play a role to help identify new areas of experience and product development or supporting infrastructure. Governments can work with the sector in a number of ways, including improving the accessibility standards in the industry and developing infrastructure that considers the complete user's use. It's making it easier for people with disability to use the services and infrastructure within the infrastructure. Growing the market, part 4. Many travellers are not aware of what is on offer. Therefore, it is important to promote what is available to generate demand. Let customers and people know on your social media, on your advertising, that you've made changes, what is on offer, especially to people with disability and impairment, because most of the time they are thinking that you're not target them, so that they know, oh, we are actually. There's so many things that are being promoted and advertised, and people with like that are being included in that. So a lot of things they're feeling like they owner need to make sure that you are targeting them as well. Opportunity to and this is the so last one for today is now infrastructure, which responsibility. So it's people with an impairment make sure you talk to people with disability, or you get other people involved, so that when the building is finished, you haven't got to the end and realised, oh my goodness, this building is not accessible for someone in a wheelchair. This building isn't accessible for someone in a mobility scooter, or someone who uses something like a walking stick, or you need to make sure that your business, that you're building, or the building from the beginning is accessible and inclusive. So then you're not having to make the changes later and pay for it. We just need to get it right from the beginning, and hopefully these changes will be made where there's an assessor that goes around every building making sure that this happens. And to me, it's crazy that no one is even doing this in 2020. There was a building that Ben mentioned, a new building within our area. It got built, it got signed off by the builders. It's brand new, it's been around a year. And this place was not accessible for wheelchairs. A brand new building. So these people that had just taken over the business or were starting a new business had to fork out more money, to make that building accessible, when it should have just been looked at the start and should not have got signed off before it was accessible. So these things are still happening, and it's absolutely crazy, but let's make this change together so that these things don't happen. Okay, so that is tapping in part 6 for today. I hope sense and that you all enjoyed it. Please, if you have any questions now, I'm going to start the open forum if you have any questions for me. If you do need to go, it's nearly lunchtime, you might be wanting to go and have some lunch. If you do need to go, please go and you're welcome to go, but please jump onto the website and fill out the survey first. But if you do have some questions, stay on and I will be back very soon. If you know anyone that will be interested in doing this live with me tonight, please send them over at 6 questions. I will see you very soon. welcome back everyone. There are no questions today. That's fine. I hope to see some of you later at 6 p.m. if you're wanting to do this again, or you have a friend that you would like to recommend, or someone that would benefit from today's webinar. So tomorrow we're starting back at webinar part 1, and it will be the last one that we'll be doing. So if you did miss out, you can re-watch them, or we are if you're interested in doing that, or I will see you tonight or tomorrow for tapping in part 1. Thanks for